Happy Monday. Well, shifting over to our windows and more tower cam, we can hear the winds roaring right now from outside. It is very windy, and we also have some elevated fire weather conditions as well. The sunshine is strong, though. Really can't see a cloud out there. Also on our Freeman First Alert Doppler, we're looking at a wind advisory that is in effect. Now, that is going to last till this evening, might push into tomorrow as well. But our temperatures are in the 70s and 80s for us throughout the 4 states. We're looking at about 77 in Springfield, 79 in Stockton, and then also 78 for Joplin. So we're getting close to the 80s, and we've just passed noon. But we are also picking up from where we were yesterday around this time of the day. We're seeing some areas over or close to about 20 degrees when it comes to pickups. So we are picking up, and our temperatures are reflecting that for sure in the sunshine, and winds are helping to kind of affect some of that warmer air. But speaking of the winds, we are experiencing some gusts today, close to about 25 all the way to 40 miles an hour at their peak. So those winds are going to persist all the way into tomorrow as well. We'll see some dips here and there, but even as we get closer to Wednesday, we are going to remain on the windy side, and we also have some showers and storms expected to move in going into tomorrow evening. So that is going to move in from a low pressure system that is going to push through along with a cold front. So we'll see multiple instances of some low pressure energy bringing in some of that shortwave energy as a trough is going to persist and push off to our south. Then it'll be replaced more so by this cold front, and as we get closer to tomorrow evening, we'll start to see some instances of some showers and storms build in that convective activity, and it could possibly bring some stronger to severe storms for some of the region. We'll see this carried off right here. A lot of that is going to be, the threat at least, is going to exist for some of our northern and also western areas, and we'll be carrying off with that going into Wednesday as well. We have more chances for showers and storms. So most of tomorrow is going to be dry. Wednesday, again, is where we see more of that active weather pattern persist, and that brings us that marginal 1 out of 5 risk. We're looking at more so risk for some larger size hail and also damaging winds, but we cannot rule out the chance for all threats. But as we shift into Wednesday as well, we do have a marginal risk 1 out of 5 for excessive rainfall as well. So that could possibly deliver some flooding risk to some of the region if we see some quicker instances of rain, and then also just a lot of that starting to build in. But as of right now, we're looking at just a 1 out of 5 risk. But these temperatures are going to be interesting for us this week. We'll be on the warmer end for a good portion of our week, along with the consecutive days of showers and storms we have that are going to start tomorrow evening all the way into Saturday. By Saturday, though, we'll start to feel more seasonable. We'll have some temperatures back in the 60s, and we are going to be more consistent with that rain pattern this week, and that is shown right here. But our highs for today, above average. Yes, we were in the 80s across the board, around 85 in Joplin, 86 for us in Coffeyville, and then some 80s off to our north as well. But as we start to get into this evening, lows are going to shift just a tad. We'll be in the 60s throughout the region. Now here's a look at your KSN forecast from Local Weather Authority. Today's high is going to be everyone. Happy Monday. Well, looking out our windows and more tower cam, you can see it moving back and forth. That's been a trend over the last week, but that nice sunshine is coming in as well. It's going to be sunny out there, windy, and very warm, and we're starting off on the warmer side in the 60s for us, some areas already near the 70s. On our Freeman First Alert Doppler, we're nice and dry, but we also have a wind advisory for some of our northeast Oklahoma areas, so just be aware of that. That should start later this morning. But we have picked up from where we were yesterday in the last 24 hours. Around yesterday, this time of the morning, we were near the 20s, so we've seen almost a 20-degree increase for some of us this morning. But also the winds, we're going to see a relatively consistent flow for today. Stronger winds, that southerly flow is going to be coming in. We'll see some gusts ranging all the way from about close to 30 to 40 miles an hour at their peak. And what's bringing that in? Well, we're seeing a tightened pressure gradient ahead of a trough that's making its way to the area. Surface low pressure is also moving into the central plains as well. But as we continue to move throughout today, we're going to see a cold front make its way through. Now, this cold front are prepared to make its way through as we get closer to tomorrow. Now, this system is going to bring in the chance to see some showers and storms for us as we progress closer to the midweek marks. So that's looking at, I'd say, by Wednesday and going into the overnight hours, we'll see a little bit of this activity start to make its way to us in the form of a line segment, and it could bring some severe threats for some of us as we get closer to the midweek mark. So we have a 1 out of 5 severe risk for us as of right now. All threats are possible, but we're mainly looking at risk for wind and also hail, and then there is also 1 out of 5 marginal risk to see some excessive rainfall for us. So that could bring in the chance for some flooding risk for us if we see enough of that consistent rainfall make its way through in a quick period of time. But we are also quickly warming up. We're going to see these highs last into the 80s, not only today, but tomorrow as well. Then we'll shift into the 70s as we get closer to the midweek mark, or I should say past the midweek mark. And this weekend is shaping up to be average. That'll usher in a little bit of that cooler air, but that'll keep us more seasonable as we track into our Easter Sunday. But yes, we do have more rain chances over the next 6 to 10 days, which we desperately need, but at least Easter Sunday is going to be nice and sunny. At least that's what it is expected to be. Highs for today are on 85 in Joplin, 84 in Miami, and also 85 in Grove. But as we start to drop into this evening, we're going to see those lows reach more mild temperatures. We'll get into the 60s, around 67 in Joplin, 64 in Grove, and then also 66 in Miami. Now here's your KSM forecast from your local weather authority. We are going to see that high today of around 85 degrees. Well,